love Las Vegas. Love, love, love Las Vegas. So much that I named my company that. A true story. You know me, my dog's name is Be Happy. The company's Love Las Vegas, and away we go. So we've got 20 days of inventory. That's fine. We're churning, because we were selling 127 homes a day. Just remember, if we didn't have inventory, we couldn't sell 127 homes a day. So that makes a big difference. We have 1,788 single-family homes, which is down from the other day when we were up in, I think, 1833 or something. But anyway, 16 of those we just listed are 450,000 and under, and 457 active homes, 450,000 and under. So that is awesome. And I need to get my earphones on. Hang on. All righty. That way, if Jimmy pops on, I can hear him. I don't think he's going to pop on today. Let me make sure. Unless he's being a quiet mouse. No, he's not here today. All right, he might jump in. You never know about Jimmy. That's what I love about him, spontaneity. So we are selling, we're still selling almost $4.5 million homes a day. We have 429 available, so that's up a little bit. So we might see that 4.5 go above 4.5 like it was last year. And we have sold 2,798 homes so far this month in Clark County. So there's a difference here. Up here in the daily recap, it says Valley zip codes, meaning only those zip codes, not Boulder City, not Pahrump, and not Mesquite. And then down here, this is Clark County. So this goes a little bit around where I go. So this does include Boulder City. So anyway, it makes a little bit of a difference. Not a big difference, though. Maybe 1 or 2 home difference. It's really not that much per day as far as daily sales. Last year, we were doing 147, still having that pent-up pandemic surge. This and of course, the the median price was $365 and the interest rates were below 4. So that makes a big difference. Well, I don't know if it's a big difference, but it makes a difference, right? The first-time home buyer, we're going to kind of look at some stats today. People are making more money. People have more money, so we'll see. The investors, oh my gosh, the non-owner occupieds, 45 sales a day. And if you are looking for a niche, this would be a wonderful niche. And there is a fellow out of Minnesota who is 33 years old, and he owns 700 units. He's been investing since he was in his early 20s. And the first thing he went out and did is buy a house, and then he got into real estate, and he decided that who cares about anything but appreciation? He wanted to have the cash flow to pay the mortgage, but he didn't get all hung up on cash flow at his age. And that depends on not just your age, but your financial situation. So he decided, well, he was going to continue to buy homes. And because he did his homework, he looked at the history and saw how homes do appreciate over time. And so he figured, hey, I got time. So if right now you can buy homes and get cash flow if time is not on your side, like on his side, right? But my gosh, there's a lot of millennials out there that should be buying investment properties and building their portfolios and creating wealth for their future. Let's see. Anything other remarkable? We only listed 72 homes yesterday. So, but I will see that increase between now and Monday. And of course, let's see, today's the 23rd. So next Thursday will be the last day of the month. So next Friday, we'll see how we did for the month of March. Exciting. I think you're going to see this number probably jump up to 130 at least. I wouldn't be surprised. So, I'm always snooping around for content, and Southern Nevada has this great chart, and it has the demographics in case, you're looking for content and things to talk about. We've got 2.3 million in a population in Southern Nevada, which is basically Clark County. The median household income in Las Vegas. Now, I think, I know they say Southern Nevada. Whoops, let me turn my count. How many times do I have to do that? 61.9 median household income. So if you watch the numbers, that's an increase of 0.2% from last year. Not a big increase, but it is an increase. And then the labor force, we've got 1.12 million working, which is a 2.2% increase from last year. That's good. And then the labor force employment is up 5.1% from last year. And unemployment is 5.9%, which is down 3.9% from last year. And then it goes on to talk about the economy, and our economy is up all the way across the board. Look at this, the taxable retail sales, 55.1 billion, means it's up almost 33% from last year. That is, oh, hi. Who might this be? Is it Deborah? Let me know who that is. You finally made it back. Cool. Yes, let me know who that is. It might be Kitty. Anyway, and then the average weekly wages privately are up 9%. So when we talk about, when does the music stop? Well, we keep increasing our business. We keep increasing, the weekly wages. Oh, hi, Karen. Oh, my gosh, Karen, where have you been? I have missed you so much. Thank you for coming back. Thank you, my friend Karen. Yeah, and then the weekly hours, they've increased 5% from last year. And the per capita personal income is up 4%, which is, again, these numbers are important because these are our future. If we're in real estate, we've got to know these numbers because we have to know where we're headed. So we know, hey, I'm going to put in another couple thousand a month in my marketing because I know Las Vegas is going to continue to grow and that people are making more money. So it's a formula. And we're going to look at some other things too today in that regard. So the visitor volume, my gosh, it's up almost 100% from last year, 33.4 million. That's incredible. We're getting close to pre-pandemic. And the gross casino gaming revenue is up 87% year over year, 11.8 billion prior year. So that's 12 months, okay? And then I think that's 12 months, or I wonder if they mean 2021. I don't know. Good question. Convention attendance, I will tell you 100% it's up. I mean, it's up over 100%, 146%, absolutely. And with the improvements they've made with the boring company that's done the underground tunnels that make going from one end of the convention center to the other just an easy, cool. They don't have to walk in the sun 30 minutes to get from, the let's see, that would be the north side to the south side of the convention center. They just go under that tunnel, get on that train, and away they go. Or I think it's cars, vans. Anyway, they travel underground, and it cuts the time in half, and it's cool. So those things you're going to see a spike in our convention attendance versus pre-pandemic. That's my prediction. And then the Harry Reid. I have a hard time. It's been McCarran Airport for me for a lot of years, since 1978. So when I first came here. But anyway, 111% from the prior year. So these are all fantastic numbers. I'm going to skip over the real estate market because you and I kind of know these numbers, and I know that they include townhomes and condos in their numbers, and we don't do that. So I'm going to hide that. But here we go. So if one of the big events of the year that I missed on Friday was when Applied Analysis does their Las Vegas perspective, and they did it at the board, and I missed it. I just couldn't make it. I had another engagement that I just couldn't miss. But oh my gosh, I did grab the slides, and I will be posting a lot of these slides that I think are relative to either video content for you, blogging content for you, little snippets you can use on Instagram Reels, things like that. So here's something interesting, I think. Let me put this side by side so that we can see both things. Yeah. So look in 2022, a new home, 408,000. Wow. A Honda Civic, $26,000. A loaf of bread, $1.58. A dozen eggs, $2. Gallon of gas, $4.18. Pound of steak, $12. And let's see if I were, do I have, yes, 1982. Wow. Big difference, huh? Bread's gone up $1. That car's gone up 20,000. And the home, using their numbers, has gone up. That's 408 there. New home is 69 there. That's like 340,000. 330,000 actually. So anyway, dozen eggs has gone up. Look at that. A gallon of gas in 1982 was 90 cents and a pound of steak was $1.87. And now it is $12.44. Amazing comparison. I love that. And I love applied analysis because I love the numbers that they give us. Just I'm going to zip through these pretty quickly because if you were one that was there, you know, you've heard this, but so it doesn't hurt to hear it again. And I cut out a lot of the slides. I just looked at maybe the ones that might be important to us from a real estate sales and future business planning standpoint. Year over year growth over 40 years. In 82, we were here, and the growth has gone up and down and up and down in 09, of course. And then that's probably, because of the foreclosures, and then up and then down because of the pandemic. But look, we're way back up again. So Las Vegas is so resilient. It's just amazing. Consumer price index. And then the year over year change in inflation, and we're all feeling that pinch right now. Yes, food's 8% more. Well, I'll tell you what I've been doing. I decided to go back on my diet. My goal is to lose 7 pounds by the end of April. Now, you might think you could, a lot of you like Kane, right? My tall giant in the office. He can gain and lose 6 pounds like that overnight or over a weekend. Not so with me. When you get older, it's a little harder. So anyway, so I quit eating so much. I took care of that. And again, the 13% for the poultry, fish, and eggs. Again, I quit eating so much. Energy is up 26%. And this is going to hurt me and maybe you if you like it cool. I like it cool. And so our heating bill is a little bit higher this year. I did notice. And when I have to turn that air conditioner on, which I think it's going to be this weekend because it's going to be in the 90s, I think I'm going to see an increase in my energy bill. So that's going to hurt me. Gas. Well, we live about 5 or 6 miles from the office, and we're not taking buyers out. So it doesn't affect us. But if you are taking buyers out and previewing homes, going out and seeing the new home subdivisions, that's going to impact your pocketbook. And then the used cars, oh my goodness, yes. I was telling somebody that when we bought our cars, right before COVID started and the pandemic, and we were so lucky. But I said, and I like white cars. Live in the desert. I don't like the heat. I don't like to get in a hot car. And so white is about the coolest you can get, I guess. So anyway, I went down, and John and I went down to buy a car. And my friend Steve down in Mercedes said, I know you want a white car. Let's go down and I'll show you what I have. So we would go down the elevator, go down in the garage, and there we are. He has one white car. So, but thank God I like it. I love it. I'm glad we did it. So yeah, glad we did it then, because I don't want to buy that car today. I probably wouldn't spend that much. So I know that's going to impact people. So let me just go back and make a comment about that. So when people are coming to you about buying houses, you have to be able to say, yeah, I know gas is up. And you have to maybe say, put this somewhere in your notebook, so when you're talking to people, you can commiserate with them and say that you know this. Because everybody thinks that we're real estate agents, we have deep pockets, and heck, what does money mean to us? Well, it means more work. It means our expenses are up just like theirs, because you got food, you have energy, which you need, and you have gas to travel, and if you need a car. So we do know that we're having issues with inflation. However, here's what I want to kind of thread through my little, hopefully I won't take too long of your day today, but time. But look at this. The total household wealth added since Q4 of 2019 is $26.9 trillion. So when you put things in perspective, which is why I love that word perspective, because we have gained between real estate and other things, which I think I have a slide on the other, almost $27 trillion in total wealth added since 2019. Okay, so put this in perspective. If somebody's selling a house and coming here to buy a house or selling a house locally, they have some additional wealth, appreciation, because this is talking about household wealth. This isn't talking about how much can you sell your house for. This is talking about the equity in your house. So that's important, an important note. And then since the pandemic, $23 billion in Southern Nevada has been added to home equity. So we said back here, almost 27 trillion total household wealth added in the United States. Okay, so here we in Southern Nevada have added 23 billion in home equity since the pandemic. So again, when people come to you and they want to buy a house or sell a house or whatever they want to do, this is a key factor, because that means that they have more equity in their house right now. And I call equity dead money, because you can't do anything with dead money. It's just sitting there. So if it's sitting there, do something with it. Refi your house, get a reverse mortgage, depending if you're 62 or older, or, move up, move down now, because you never know. I know, you buy low and you sell high. And so you don't know how much higher it's going to go. And you don't know if it's going to go higher, and it might go lower. So yeah, put it in perspective. So if you sell high and you take that equity and you buy another home, and yes, you're paying a little bit more in interest probably, and you think you're paying more for that home, but in the long run, live in the payment, not the price, and the equity, the appreciation will take care of itself. And that's why I love this little presentation, because when Nevada is going to continue to grow, and when we grow, we appreciate. And here's what people have gained in the United States since 2020. Just in a year and a quarter, they've gained 11.3 trillion, right, in the stock market. That's a huge amount of money. What did I say? Did I do a stat one time? And I said it takes 33 years to count to a trillion. It's a lot of dollars. And then in Clark County, our taxable retail sales are up to 55 billion. And that's versus 2019, we're up almost 16%. Retail sales, they're 10.2. They're down a little bit. They're down about 7%, but I know that those are going to go up too. And then there's 3,200 current resort industry job postings. And so now, if you have an Agent Formula website and you have the landing page with the Las Vegas jobs, you've got that page that keeps the job. I mean, it's dynamic, so we have an affiliation with Indeed, so those jobs are up and down all the time. One comes up, it goes up. One gets filled, it comes down. So it's very, very accurate, and you can target California and other places that will show you, because we do have jobs. We have jobs. Seriously, that's really cool. Yeah, post comments to some destinations. Okay. Net growth by age. And we talk about, the millennials, and this is really a good chart to think about, because, let me just say that. So the under 40 is increasing in their net worth. And those are, for the majority part, let's call those the most of those are millennials. So their net worth is increasing, which means, yeah, they can buy a house. Or now they buy a house, and then guess what? The event that causes them to move is when they have a child. And so millennials are having children. So, if you do your research and you see that someone is young and they just bought a house, you might want to start targeting them. Like, in the event your family grows, I'm here to help you find your next dream home. Anyway, and then you have the 40 to 54. And look at this. This is jumping up in net worth as well. And then these 55 to 69 age group, and this is in the United States, has jumped up, $9.6 trillion. So the older people, I'm included. Well, no, I'm not. I'm not included in that. I'm 70, But anyway, that we increased our wealth too. But this age group here, we talk about because this is prime for you all. As people get older, their net worth has increased. And so there may be a market that you want to target, especially in Vegas, because guess how many retired people we have here? In our population of 2.3 is 40% are retired. What a market. What a target market. And when does the music stop? Yeah, that's, I don't know about you, but I'm not thinking it's stopping too soon in Clark County. If you look here, and I kind of did some math here a little bit, the population from now until 35, which is 13 years, if I did my math correctly, it's going to increase 600,000 people, and that's about 46,000 per year, which means we're going to get a roughly 3,800 new net. This is net. That means people leave, people come. These are the net result is we're going to increase our population by 3,800 every month. So if I was doing a business plan, I look at the market, who's got the most money. I definitely plan on working another, 13 years, right? And look at these housing numbers. I mean, this is like from 0.9 million to 1.1 million. That's a lot of new homes that are projected for people to, for us to have an increase in. And we have to take care of the people that are going to move here. So I know a lot of people, I know they buy new homes and we don't always get paid as much on new homes. But what I've learned, when John and I were first together as a team and in the 90s, and I said, John, let's market to the new home developer because nobody's doing that. A lot of the, like Wendy Weiner, my gosh, she owns so many neighborhoods in Paradise Valley, and Frank Napoli and some of those names, Vicki England that, we were going shoulder to shoulder with back then. And I said, well, nobody's owning the new home communities. So don't be afraid to start marketing to new home communities because like the millennials, my gosh, they buy a new home. They're in it for 1 or 2 years. They decide to have a child or whatever. Now they want to move up or whatever. But new home communities, people move in and move out too. So, and if you start when they first move in, they think you are their realtor. So don't forget that. For me, that's a tip. Okay, so where are people coming from? California's still at the top of the charts. 39% of our newcomers to Clark County come from California. I'm still amazed by the Floridians. And Karen, I know that you go there a lot. Karen Cachero, one of my dear friends. We have to go to lunch, Karen, soon. I know, you're centrally located. I don't have an excuse. Anyway, Florida, I can't believe 5% come here of our population from Florida, except it's got to be the weather because all these New Yorkers and in the Northeast, they move down to Florida. If you look at the stats that NAR provides, that's a big movement, especially from New York because of the high prices and the weather and the taxes in New York are outlandish. So they go down to Florida. Then maybe it's the bugs. I don't like the bugs in Florida. I mean, they've got roaches like that big. They fly. And it rains every day at 4:00. And the insurance is high because of hurricanes. So it might be a combination of those things, but they come here. So anyway, I guess that's why. And then Washington, Washington taxes and Washington weather, things like that. I'm not surprised that Washington State moves here. Texas, again, I guess it's the weather. I don't know. And Arizona, amazing too. I think people move to Arizona and then they say, well, it's Arizona is too hot. So we'll move to Vegas because we like warm weather. I think that's got to be it. And Karen, yeah, you agree with me. Yes, we have to go to lunch. Okay, so yeah, that's I love that chart because now you know where to target to get buyers. And if you're like Karen and you have agents that I know Karen hires a lot of new agents, and you get them started on marketing to, first of all, get a farm, right, Karen? And then marketing, if you're using Facebook and other platforms, market to these places. Why not, right? And then resales, home prices. Now, yeah, they say annual appreciation rate, oh my gosh, look at that, was 26.8%. That is really amazing. And then the annual appreciation rate for a condo, I can remember back when condos, they didn't appreciate that much. But now, look at that, almost 32%. Amazing. Yeah, and so this is a nice chart to show people because we had that dip when the foreclosures occurred, and then of course we had short sales and what have you, but then it's gone steadily up in the last 10 years, and over 30 years the average is generally 5 to 7%. But if you took the low out, it probably is more than that, especially in Clark County and, well, Nevada in general, probably. So when you have all these good news, and then here's the Wall Street Journal, mortgage rates rise above 4% for the first time since 2019. Well, what does that mean? See, so people are hearing all this. So what you need to do is to get your calculator out, your HP or whatever you're using. We have a calculator on the Asian Formula website. Put the interest rate in. Say, okay, if you bought a home for if you didn't buy a home in 2021 when they were $365,000 and you were paying 3.5% for your mortgage, figure that number out and compare it. Okay, so today it's 4%. Or 4.1, but you're paying, $450 for that medium priced home, and look at the difference. And that I can't remember, 100 or 200 a month, but look at the wealth that's increased. So that's a factor for the people that are in their homes now. And I know we keep saying, well, we've pushed the first-time home buyer out of the market. Yes, we have, but we've also, empowered people that have a home that might want to buy a new home or might want to downsize or move up or move into a retirement community or, maybe move into a condo or something like that. We've increased their wealth. So I don't think it's going to hurt us that much. It's hurting that first-time home buyer. But then rents went up. $1,800 is the median rent right now. That's a lot. So anyway, I didn't do the numbers today to show comparison, but I will. And so what are we up to? 4.2 for a 30-year. Is that a lot different than 3.5? Well, do the numbers, do the math. And then, of course, this pretty much coincides with my numbers. This is the Las Vegas area. So Applied Analysis did what I did. We use the area, not Clark County, because Clark County alters that figure. And most of us are buying in the Las Vegas area. So they're saying 2,446, and today we have 2,475. So we're very close to what Applied Analysis numbers come up with, which I like because I don't want to be wrong. Now, here is equity gain. This is another important one for you. So if you want to target market the areas where people have equity gain, then they might, like here's Washington, and then you've got California, Arizona, a lot of equity gain there. So they might be thinking of, well, why don't I move to Nevada? Why don't I move to Las Vegas? And then here, the dark blue states went 60 to 90,000 average. So these are average numbers. And so you might want to market to the blue states to say, come to Nevada. So what I would do is find out what the median price home is in some of these places and then figure out what the gain was and market to those people, because people are moving here. And then Florida, Florida had a big gain. So again, Florida's the what did we say, number 2 place that people come from? Yeah, 5%. So you might want to market to the Floridians, because they have had a big surge in their equity that I call dead money. And so they want to bring it to 5% of them want to bring it to Nevada, Las Vegas. So anyway, this is really a good chart to use. And then of course you have your Midwest, and where's, that's got to be, where's Chicago? Right in there. We know that people, it didn't show it on this chart. Last year it showed it. So that migration has slowed down a little bit from Chicago, right? I'm not going to go back right now, but I don't think Chicago was on there. Texas, yes. Yeah, different. Okay, so next is, all right, everybody, here's your business plan. You know, we need 19,000 housing units, because every household has 2.78 persons. So if we're going to have 600,000 people move here in the next 13 years, and if you figure of those 600,000, there's 3 in each house, right? So that's how they figured that out. So pretty cool. We're in a great market, everybody. We're in a great market. And then here we need 15,000 for sale houses, and we need 4,000 for rent housing. So this is a great thing to show an investor if you're marketing to investors. So I'm just trying to get your imagination and your wheels turning up there, so that your business plan reflects the market, reflects where the market's going. I always say go where the puck is going, right? So you want to do that. Let me hurry up here. We're running out of daylight. Applied analysis, these are the tourism projects. And of course, this again, if you're investors, marketing to investors or people moving here, just, you know, I mean, look at all, 23, is that 23 billion? 22 billion? 22 billion, 10, almost 11 billion under construction, and 11 and a half is planned to be built. And what I have tried to do is assemble the slides to tell a story about why people should move here, stay here, move up, downsize, upside, but do it here, because our economy is going to continue to thrive. And I don't want to be in a place where the economy is not going to thrive, because if I do move up or if I do downsize, my house isn't going to appreciate. And I just showed you, we're going to have 600,000 people move here. So that means the supply and demand is going to keep our houses. I know the interest rate is going to hopefully control it a little bit, but anyway. And you saw how much equity people have. They have equity, so they can bring that here and put more money down and live in the payment, not the price. So anyway, everybody, thank you for listening to me today. We do have a class tomorrow, and it is Procuring Cause. It's an ethics class, Show Me the Money, from 2 to 5. We always have beverages and food. And Jimmy, this is one of my favorite classes that he does in ethics. Now, we just had an ethics class a couple of weeks ago, which I really, really like. Unfortunately, it has expired, but we're revamping it and putting it back on the charts. But so we're doing another ethics class now. But they're 2 totally different ethics classes. So if you took the one a week or so ago and you take this one, you'll see totally different. I mean, ethics are ethics, but those were ethics to figure out your ethics. These are ethics that we should be following in our day-to-day real estate transactions. I love you all. Thank you so much. Please give me a comment or a like or something, so that I know that I'm on the right track. Or if there's something that you want me to talk about, please put that in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think of what I'm doing. I can handle constructive criticism too at my age, believe me.